Welcome one and all to Bike Racing Without Mercy, towards the back end of a week that I can only describe as hyper, and I mean to the max hyper, stressful. Unfortunately, the bank that I work for, an American bank, went under, and along with it, its UK subsidiary. It has caused immense stress for all the customers and staff involved, and we have been working exceptionally hard in order to resume under HSBC's ownership in UK business as usual for our valuable clients, but also to reassure staff. It is a very, very sad tale. I won't go into the details, but it really personally hurts myself and so many of our colleagues and our clients. Today's video is all about the small amount of training that I've managed to squeeze in between meetings over the last 4 days, starting Monday. I couldn't train Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It was all hands to the pump. And for me personally, preserving a small amount of consistency and routine in my life has been really helpful, not just for building the fitness, but also for the mental well-being and reducing stress levels a bit when it just gets too much. I definitely find the fitness both on the bike and the one gym session I've done has really helped me feel just a little bit better and calmer about life. So, without further ado, let's wind back to Monday. The bank that I work for went bust, completely unnecessarily in my opinion, but time will tell. We're navigating our way through that, but I found a 1 hour slot to undertake a very quick lactate pressure 1 training with times 5 anaerobic surges. I know that what I don't want to train, the training will help me from a mental perspective, a wellness perspective, and obviously a fitness perspective. I'll report back. Well, as you can see here, the first block of LT1 is coming to an end, and the anaerobic surges, 5 to 10 times 60 seconds each, they await me, or should I say, they're about to confront me. Onwards. Well, the first of the anaerobic surge is complete. It's going to be proper emotional. Well, not exactly the quality of training I'd kind of hoped for, but okay, I guess, given the circumstances, the loss of sleep, not really having cycled for the last 4 days or so, plus the hyper levels of stress. I've got to get back up to work on the phone in 10 minutes, 3 p.m. But overall, I guess this was decent in the circumstances. Held the LT1 at about 205 watts. I'll make do with that. I was hoping for 5 or 6 of the 60-second anaerobic surges in a row. You can see there, I only managed 3, then had a little break at the LT1 and then got a couple more. All about 350 watts, and I guess the point I'm trying to make here is sometimes just getting the training done is what's most important, not necessarily always the quality. Consistency trumps everything in my experience. Plus, I know that having done that, I'm going to have rebooted the body just as the bank is starting to reboot as I speak, and that will in turn set me up for the next couple of trainings and maybe even a Zwift race at the weekend. Plus, great for the mental health. Anyway, a nice efficient way to train, just 40 minutes I guess, including the warm-up that I didn't record there. Anyway, onwards and upwards of work, and please give me a fingers crossed because we do need a little bit of luck in my bank right now. 2 times 15 minutes at threshold is on the deck, Tuesday, 14th of March. Tony Martin is on my mind. Trying to stay relaxed, mouth wide open, shoulders relaxed, elbows down, even breathing. I'm trying to do the same at work. Tony Martin for the relaxed gains. I report back. Tony Martin face is a struggle. Trying to stay relaxed. 3 minutes to go, just under. ...25 seconds. And transition to LT1. Drop her up. Well, today I managed to get in my favourite flavour of training. That's early in the morning. Got a big day at work, but feeling kind of energised, feeling also calm and better mentally for getting it done nice and early. And also the cue, the Tony Martin face and shoulders and elbows definitely calms me down when I'm on a bike, but it's also a good cue for general life. Cheers, Tony, and thank you, Paul, for putting this into my life. Anyway, you can see from the graph here, the training graph, that once again I'm pretty consistent in my training methodology. Really since the crash back in May 22, during the rebuild, I've always focused on building back my lactate threshold 1. That's my maximum endurance power, our maximum endurance power. And if your FTP or anaerobic threshold is set correctly, it should be at the inflection point between zone 2 and zone 3. The maximum endurance power you can sustain for time if you're breathing nicely and fueling correctly. And you can see here that during the build up, other than a quick VO2 max blast, just to really fire up the nervous system, I was in and around the 200 to 210 watt range. 1 times 15 here at 253 watts, then a 10-minute recovery in and around 195 to 200 watts, and then the second 15-minute block. Proper emotional it was, proper emotional, but once again the Tony Martin face just helps you keep control of the situation when you think it might be getting away from you and the heart rate is soaring, as it did, into the 180s. Second block at 247 watts, and then in to a nice block of lactate threshold 1 to crest out the Zwift. Anyway, feeling good, got to get into work in London, take on a few carbohydrates, and well, we'll see what the day brings. And in the quest to build some strength through the upper body, the lower body and the core, trying to stay consistent but efficient here in the gym. Therefore, I've halved the number of sets in just a 20-minute session this morning. But as you'll see now, I've made a little bit of progress on the chin up. Wowee, progression. My favourite friend is back in the gym. That is genuinely the first time I've managed 9 reps since the accident back end of May last year. And after my very quick gym session, and then an hour and a half of calls with work, on for a shortened version of LT1 with anaerobic surges. Anaerobic surges are incoming in 2 minutes. I've only got another half hour to train. Coming up to the second of the anaerobic surges, each of them 60 seconds. Tony Martin face, Tony Martin shoulders, Tony Martin elbows, and controlled breathing. And at work as well. It does help. Here we go. 5 seconds away from number 2. back to 205 watts, my lactate threshold one. Report back. At least 3 more to go in a row. Left-right balance, 50-50. You got to take the small victories in life, and that one I always adore. So super happy with that training. And as you can see there, better consistency. Consistency being the theme of the week in terms of the lactate threshold one, certainly nicely above 205 watts. I reckon 210 on average, but also you can see there 6 of the anaerobic surges, and I reckon each of those was about 350 to 360 watts, and that's proper good power for me. Therefore, rounding off on a high, and hopefully by the time you watch this, I'll have completed a live stream on this Saturday, because I really want to be back in amongst the community. Turn your money face. Tiny race, number 2, for the gains on the rebuild, on the rebuild, on the rebuild. Thank you for all of the very kind support. It's massively motivating, hugely appreciated in the live chat. Kudos to you all. Over the life of the channel, your support has been immeasurably important to me and has given me huge strength, plus fitness gains. And therefore, without further ado, whoever you are and whatever you do, please remember to live, thrive and stay consistent and healthy.